Welcome to Adventure Tales. This is a short story writing series presented by planforadventures.com. In this video, we'll be looking at requirement number 2, the 4 parts of a story activity. All short stories have 4 basic parts that help writers keep the story moving towards the ending. For this part of the adventure, we will learn about and write a short story using 4 basic story writing elements. We will also illustrate each part of our story. The materials that you'll need are your activity packet and art supplies. Let's take a look at some of the adventure skills that we're working on for this part of the adventure. Each page should have at least 1 paragraph on there. Keep in mind that each paragraph should be 3 to 5 sentences long. We want to make sure that each sentence starts with a capital letter and has the correct punctuation in it. Check to make sure that every word is spelled correctly in your paragraph. And finally, make sure that you're using illustrations to visually explain the paragraph that you're reading on that page. Our first part of this adventure is the exposition of a tale activity. The exposition of a tale is the beginning where you introduce the characters and the settings of the story. For this part of the adventure, write 3 to 5 sentences introducing your character, setting, and the beginning of the plot. Our next part of this adventure is the conflict of a tale activity. The conflict is where something doesn't go right for your character. Now they have something they need to overcome. For this part of the adventure, write 3 to 5 sentences where something happens to your character that they need to overcome. Next up is the climax of a tale activity. The climax is how your character overcomes the conflict. For this part of the adventure, write 3 to 5 sentences of how your character overcomes the conflict in your story. And finally, we have the resolution of a tale activity. The resolution is how your character is after the conflict is over. Go ahead and write 3 to 5 sentences of how your character is different after the conflict is over. And last but not least is the title of a tale activity. The title of your story should give an indication of the plot and characters of your story. The title will go before the exposition of your story. I usually like to write the title of my stories after the story is written. That way the title reflects the story I just wrote. For this part of the adventure, make sure you preview the adventure. We'll be completing the 4-part story activity. Make sure to take some pictures to share along the way. Ask your adult partner to check off on your activity packet, and we'll see you on the next part of this adventure.